Hi, in this session I want to talk about chromium. And this will be a real short session because chromium has only one real primary purpose, and that is to help control blood sugar so that you don't end up with diabetes or hypoglycemia, because diabetes is hyperglycemia and low blood sugar, obviously hypoglycemia. And what's interesting about that is that when you have low blood sugar, hypoglycemia, that's when people end up with depression, with headaches, they're irritable, they're sensitive. These are the people who wake up in the morning, they're tired. They could have slept 8, 10, 12 hours. They get up, they're still feeling tired. And if you look at them cross-eyed, they'll take you out. So if you work with a hypoglycemic or live with a hypoglycemic, you know what I'm talking about. You know that they can be testy. And my standard joke about hypoglycemics is you never take them for a ride in the country unless you feed them first, because if you don't, one of you is not coming back. You know, Snickers really understands hypoglycemia. I remember a couple of years ago they had an ad for at 2:30 in the afternoon, have a Snickers bar, because that's when most hypoglycemics begin to crash and get really irritable. Then the year after, or maybe 2 years later, I saw it, have a Snickers at 3 in the afternoon. So they really understand the disease and the condition. Nourish the adrenals. Make sure that you have chromium in your multiple. You don't need a lot. It's a micronutrient, but you need to make sure there's some. And if you're dealing with fatigue, then there it is. From a symbolic point of view, chromium represents emotional control. Because like I said, if the sugar gets low, you get depressed, you get headachy, you get irritable. Those are all emotional issues. Well, maybe not the headache, but certainly the depression and the irritability and sensitivity. So make sure your chromium levels are at good level, and as you go about today, seek to maintain emotional control. It's the emotions that get us in trouble. That's why there are two teachings that Jesus gave to the world. You know, here's where they are. And it's all about turning the other cheek so that, you know, you resist not evil. Somebody smacks you, and if you resist somebody attacking you, then you end up feeding that aggression. It's really that simple. Walk away. Don't respond. Agree. Somebody gets into a rant, agree. Especially if it's very intimate, you know, your partner, they're ranting and raving at you about something, just agree. Don't defend, and let the energy, let the anger dissipate. And then when everything is calm and hunky-dory, then go back and say, you know, can we talk about what happened yesterday, this morning, 20 minutes ago, whatever the case may be. Anyway, I hope you have a fabulous day. Hope you do not draw any emotional conflicts your way, because remember, you are co-creating your reality. So maintain that emotional control, and I know you'll have a fabulous day. At least that's what I wish for you. And I want to thank you for stopping by, and have a fabulous everything. Take care and God bless.